About 2 years ago when I first bought the house, I just planted, I think it was like 5 or 6 small raspberry plants, and by the next year it looked like this. My name is Danny Kolendovich, and I run this crazy urban homestead.
I'm Laura. I live here with Danny.
Last summer I spent a couple weeks at a primitive skills camp, and when I came back I just wanted to do as much food production as I could on my own piece of land. The main reason I wanted to do upside down tomato plants was to get them out of the actual garden, because tomato plants take up so much space, and here it's like utilizing a space that otherwise wouldn't be used. And then on top of them is our beehive. So this here is the smallest one that they've been working on.
It's a lot of fun. We get to do all sorts of fun things like hunt for worms and do gardening and stuff, and I get to eat a lot of cheese.
So this is our fish pond with the gravel filter. The way that this works, this is actually a filter for the pond.
Yes.
And it's a system called aquaponics, which is like a combination of hydroponics and aquaculture.
Right.
So you're raising fish and plants. And then this is all the main garden. I think most people would be surprised how much you can actually get just from a backyard space. There's 4 different rows, and I have it kind of set up on like a yearly schedule to sort of rotate the crops. And like peas will put nitrogen in the soil, but potatoes will take a lot out. So you follow your potatoes with your peas, things like that, you know. And it's taken me about a year to do all the homesteading stuff, to, you know, build all the bee boxes and build the pens for the animals. These are our dairy goats, and this is the dairy goat pen. These guys are giving us 2 gallons of milk every day. So we've been making a lot of cheese, ice cream, yogurt, cream, things like that. We don't pasteurize it. And if you're not going to pasteurize it, then you've got to handle it really well to make sure that bacteria is not growing in it. That's 3 gallons right there. Sometimes, though, this whole row and this whole row will just be completely filled with milk. We're producing enough dairy products here for probably 3 or 4 houses on our block. So, I mean, if you had one crazy guy who's raising goats on every block, then a lot of people could get their milk just from down the street.
This little shower, it's fun. It's really nice to take a shower outside.
The water just passes through this 500 feet of black tubing, and if it's a sunny day, the stuff that's sitting in there will be like piping hot.
Although we do live next to a hospital, so Flight for Life comes by all the time, and they're right there, and we're down here, and we just wave.
A few things going on in this corner. Right here we actually have some container plants. These are all pepper plants, mostly bell pepper. And we got these. It's really interesting. If you call up a fast food joint and you say you need 5-gallon buckets, if you find a nice manager, they'll start saving them for you. And so we got these for free, and these buckets would otherwise end up in a landfill. So people are out buying those upside-down tomato plants and things like that, and these are free. I grew up watching Captain Planet, and yes, I would consider myself a planeteer, but I would like a ring. One of our compost piles, we fill this area up and then let it sit for about 6 months, and the heat that develops from that will kill any pathogens in there. So then when we add the compost to the garden soil, it's not putting any pathogens on our vegetables or anything like that. I'm not a super genius. I just learned all this stuff in the past year, and I'm still learning it. Here's our first batch of soap that we made, and it's got lavender, so hopefully it'll smell pretty good. Yeah, it's a goat milk soap, which I was just reading the other day. It has 3 times the amount of beta-casein, which is apparently good for moisturizing your skin. These are some white currants. This is some typical Chev goat's cheese. This is some raspberry preserves. This is one of our yellow tomatoes. And then this is the first hard cheese that I tried to make. These are some dried herbs that we've got. These are chives, and this is lemon thyme. So hopefully we'll be able to dry enough herbs to last us for the whole year. Yeah, anybody can do it. And the thing is, like, it's pretty easy to raise a vegetable garden, things like that. It's all about numbers. I mean, if every single person in the US did one little thing, it could have a huge, huge impact.